Hello, hello. It's me, Connie. And I did something. I did something. So, some of you may know that I don't know, but some of you may know about the Crafty Companion by Genevieve Designs. It's a drawer system and different things like that. And this is her Crafty Companion uh, what do you call it? A template to make this little thing that I put my ink in and stuff like that. And it's just pretty to look at. And I love the little feet. And this is her paper. And it's called Floral Whimsy. And it's in her Etsy store. And it's called Floral Whimsy. Here it is right here. Jenofeve Designs. And it's Floral Whimsy. Floral Whimsy. And there's 4 different ones. And I used something out of all of them. So anyway, so here's one of the drawers that I have some washi tape in. And my washi tape is a mess. This is one of the drawers that my washi tape is in. And you see this is one of the Floral Whimsy designs right here that I put on there. And I did it, I followed along with her, you know. And so, so by using her Floral Whimsy, it kind of dictated to me on what I was going to do. And there's different drawers and everything else. Just Crafty Companion. Look up Genevieve Design and put Crafty Companion, and it will show you all the videos. She has a playlist that says Crafty Companion, and she has all the videos under there of everything she makes. The drawer systems, the different caddies. There's a trash caddy that she uses to do her little knit bits and pieces and stuff like that. And so anyway, so what I want to say, the reason why I want to say all of that is because by using her paper, it kind of dictated to me what my boxes that I do a lot of boxes, y'all. I do a lot of boxes, but not all of them are with the Floral Whimsy, but most of them are, but they all kind of coordinate. So, but most of them are done with the Floral Whimsy. So with that being said, this is just a regular box. This is just a regular box that I covered, and I used the Floral Whimsy, and I did the same thing on the outside as I did for the other, and then of course the bottom is done. And then on the inside, let me pull this out if I can. I did the inside as well. And then I used a brush and got around the inside edges with that. So what my goal is for this is to, I'm going to put tabs on here, but I haven't decided yet. And I'm going to write on them in pencil. So if I ever change out whatever is in one of these little bags, then it'll be done. But all my fussy cuts are going to go in here. Most of them. Okay, the ones that I gravitate to the most, like, and I will also be, here it is, before I glued it, right? Just looks like a little file folder, right? And I didn't stamp all the way down because I was going to close it in some way on the sides, okay? So here's the deal. Also, these are, I just grabbed a few things that I like to put in my journals, and I put them in here. I have the bigger box with all of this nice over yonder, and but I just grabbed a little bit of some of the ones I like to use, and I put it in here so that I can just have everything in this one box, most everything that I would like to put, okay? So I've seen some people use Ziploc pouches and stuff like that for their fussy cuts and stuff like that. But I want everything like this so I can just see it and grab it. And so like this one, I only put glue in one spot, right here and right here. That way I can dig in there, right? This one, I didn't think about that, but I glued it all the way down, but I kind of, when I put it down, I kind of pinched it a little so that, you know, I could dig. So, so when you score it, don't press it down real hard. But when you go to glue it on the side, just kind of do like this, pinch it a little. I will show you, and then glue however much you're going to glue. But I only glued them whenever I decided what I'm going to put in each folder. Does that make sense? That way, and all of these mats are different. So I'm going to show you that. Let me see. I do have the mat for that in here so that I would know what size to do. So let me show you how to make one of the little file folders that goes in there. You I don't know if y'all this, you can just use a corner rounder for the edge, but I use my punch board. So I've already got my mat cut out. I've already got my file folder cut out, and it is 8.5 by 8.5 square. And then you score it at 4 inches. Okay, you score it at 4 inches, just like that. And then we're going to fold it, but don't like don't get one of these things and just go crazy. Don't want to do that. That way it leaves it a little bit, you know, like this, so that if you glue it, it's going to have a little air pocket type of thing. So here's what I did. Let me get the stamp that I used. And I'm doing this because I've already done it, but I'm going to tell you, if you have what do you call it, a digital that's just words or whatever, print it on your white cardstock, because this can be tedious and take forever. And I thought about that after I'd started, and I was like, oh, well, I've already started, so now they're all going to have to be the same. I'm just that way, and you don't have to do that. All right. And I'm telling you, you don't have to do everything that I've done, but I just like things to look pretty when I look at it, because it makes me want to be in here, and it makes me want to create when I'm looking at stuff that is pretty while I'm creating things that I think is pretty. It just makes me feel good. It's my happy place, so I want it to all look nice, if that makes sense. Okay, so this stamp set that I'm using is by Stupendous Chilling Rubber Stamp. I don't know which one it is. I may have cut it off. I don't know, but it looks like this. Okay. And I have to take my ink pad out I like to do this way with the big stamp. So this is the inside, okay? So on the inside, I'm just going to do, whoopsie, I'm just going to do up here at the top, because there's no reason to do the whole inside. Okay, so now this is the outside, and the reason why I know it is because it's got the bow like that, okay? I don't want to turn it this way. I want it to be that fullness. So don't score it real tight, okay? And now I'm going to do the outside. And so this is crazy. I know this is so crazy. Why I did it this way, I don't know. But this is one of those times that I'm going to say, don't do what I do. If you have a print that is digital, then just print that out. And the reason why I did that is because I print, when I put this little edging on here, I used this punch right here to go along the edge to get that scalloped look. You see how pretty that is? I don't want everything to fall out, but you see that? How pretty that is? Well, I didn't want, and then I stamped a little bit of this on there. And the reason why I did that is because on the Crafty Companion drawer set, I did that on the drawer set because I was following Jennifer. And so there's the reason for that. This is the short side, and you really don't have to print the whole thing because you're going to put your mat on it, but I'm on it already. So it's no big deal, right? Okay, so that's done. And then, so you know that is the front. When you turn it over, this is going to be upside down to you, but you want this one to be like you could read it. Of course, you can't read anything on this stamp, but... So you may want to think about that when you go to print it and you fold it in half. One side's going to be upside down. If that bothers you, then you're going to have to stamp something. But if it doesn't, then no big deal. I mean, they're going to be in there, really. They're really, it's up to you. It's just my preference. So some things it doesn't bother me, but I'm afraid that over time it would bother me, and I don't want to. I'm so OCD on things that I will end up redoing it. And it's awful. It's awful. So I'm making the little file folders that go inside. And I'm using a 110-pound cardstock. It's a heavy-duty cardstock, okay? Just if you're wondering what kind I am using, that's it. All right, so let me put this back in the bag. There we go, and I'll put that up in a minute. And then I want to put this back in here. Okay, so now I want to ink around all the way around the edges. And I'm going to ink on the mat as well. And the box, decorating the box is pretty much a preference on what you want. You can decorate it however you want, but I did cover it first in regular paper, like copy paper, just a real thin, because I didn't want you to see anything of the box. Okay, let me show you. There's part of the box you can see, because I didn't care about that. It's underneath. It's no big deal. But I am OCD, I guess. I never thought I was, but apparently I am. Apparently I am. So, oh well. You learn things about yourself all the time, right? And I'm doing the inside as well, because when you put it together and you kind of look in a little bit, I like to see, if you're going to only glue it down the middle a little bit, I want to be able to see that edge as being inked. I don't want to see any white like that, so there's that. Okay, so now let's, this is the mat, which is 8 by 3 3/4. And, uh-oh, that is not right. That is not right. That's not right. Can you tell? That is not right. Let's see. Well, I guess it is. You know why? Because this is not 8 inches wide. Let's see, how far is it? It is like 8 1/8. Oh my goodness, y'all. It's not 8 1/2 inches wide. Oh my goodness. Let me fix that. And I will have to read. I hope you didn't cut at the same time I did, but that is an easy fix. So let me cut that little bit off. So it's going to be, 8 and I'm guessing, I didn't, let me mark it down here close to the edge so I can, yep, made a mistake. Made a mistake. It's going to probably be 8 1/4. Let me see. It's like a mark under 8 1/4, I think. So it's 8, 1, 2, like 3/8, 8 3/8, something like that. Yeah, 8 and like 3/8. 8 1/2 by 8 3/8. All right, let me re-ink this. This one side that I cut off. And I was like, no, wait, that mat does not fit. That mat does not fit. All right, let me ink the fold just on the outside. Was I prepared? Excuse me, was I prepared or what? Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be okay. Let me get one of these. Yep, that'll work. Okay, so let me write that down. The folder is 8 1/2 by 8 3/8. And then score at 4 inches. There we go. That way you'll have a little bit of a lip. And I like that. I like that. Okay, so now let me ink up. Oh yeah, baby, that's so much better. Let's ink this up. And we're gonna have to ink it where we cut it off. And I'm going to end up, I'll show you. We're going to do the corners. Now, you can use your corner rounder and just do that if you want, but I love the way the envelope punch board does. I just like the look. I like it a lot. Okay, there we go. All right. So now, bring in the punch board. Do you see that line right there on that side? The edge of this plastic right there. You want to do the outside of your paper to the edge of that. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you. And if it goes over a little bit, it does not matter. You see how I lined it up? Do you see that? And you're going to do that on all 4 corners. Okay. And see, look at that. Isn't that cool? Turn it over to do the other side. Then do all 4 corners the same way. Flip it over. There we go. Yay! Now I want to do this one, but with thin paper it doesn't do real well. So I have some cutoff pieces here that are white, and I'm just going to line it up real good so I have something thick with it. There we go. And that cuts it much better. Mucho better. Now let me do this one. And I'm going to get it as tight as I can so I can line it up. to the edge and punch. Yay! All right. So now I'm going to ink what I punched. Ink what I punched. Where I punched it off, I'm going to ink it. I'm going to ink it. There we go. So now this will fit on there just like that. So I'm just going to glue it down. Just gonna glue it down. I'm not going too awful close to the edges because I don't want a lot of seepage. And it's not like you need a ton on there. Well, there. I just kind of push it on there and then stick it in the jar like that. And it keeps it perfect. I don't know why, y'all, why my sugar belt does not work very well for me. So hard to squeeze the glue out. Okay, there it is. Now I'm just going to smush that all down. I'm not going too close to the edge because I don't want that flat. I don't want my score flat. So I'm just going close like that because I don't want to flatten out that score line. All right, there it is. So when I decide where I want to put my glue, then I will glue it at that time. But I'm not going to glue it right now because, you know, I just don't want to. And because I don't know what I'm going to use it for. Does that make sense? So, perfect. Perfect. Let me get, 1 second. Let me get another piece of cardstock. I'm going to get another piece of cardstock and I'm going to cut it at 8.5. It should be already 8.5. By 8 3/8. 8 3/8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to do it right under. I'm going to do it right under 3/8. And then we're going to score it at 4. I don't know where my pretty pink one went. Score it at 4. Oh no, I did it wrong. Arrgh. Why did I do that? I need it to score it this way. So let me just make sure it's on the side where it is 8.5. Make sure when you put it in here, it says 8.5, okay? Oh my garden seed. Okay, so there it is. I'm not going to use this because it's got a score right down the middle. It's got a score, but look. Ooh, if you did it that way, look how big you can open it. But these right here, I can open just as nicely. Isn't that cool? Love this. So anyway, there it is. I was going to make another one, but I'm not going to use this because it's got a score. I can't believe I did that. This is like my favorite paper too, so don't think that I ain't going to use this for something. I will definitely use this for something. So tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Just remember, when you go to score it, make sure it's at 4.5 before you score it at 4. You don't want to do what I just did. So let me show you one more time so we don't make the same boo-boo as me. You've got your paper scored at 8.5 by 8 3/8. Okay? So when you put it in your scoreboard, make sure that this paper ends up at 8.5. All right? And then you score it at 4. So that when you fold it over, remember, leave the thickness there. Don't smush it. You have that half an inch, I believe. Yeah, you have that half an inch where it's taller. And I like that. I like that look where it's a half an inch taller. But you can, you know, you can alter it any way you want. This is just what I did. So, and then you're going to use your mat at 8 by 3 3/4 this way. And there you go. And when you do it, you're golden. So I hope you like this. Tell me what you think. I'm going to put this in the last folder so I can at least know where the template is. But, so they're all semi-different. Isn't that cool? Love it. I love her. I hadn't mixed them all up yet, but I will. I will mix them all up. I love the Floral Whimsy. Floral Whimsy. Floral Whimsy. I love it. So there it is. This box, you're probably wanting to know how big the box is. The box is 5.5 by almost, the inside is 8 1/4, so, or around there, because you have to make sure your card fits. You can make your card, your file, whatever size box you have, but the box from outside to outside edge is 8 and 1 2 3 4 5/8 from outside to outside, and the depth from the outside is like 3 and 1 2 3 4 5/8. 3 and 5/8 is the depth of the outside of the box. 3 and almost 3.5. 3.5. It's about 3.5. 3.5 inches tall. Okay. So, like I said, from outside to outside, it is it's hard to get a good measurement of this because it's a pre-made box. 5.5 by 8.5. 5.5 by 8.5 from the outside of the box, and you're looking at about 3.5 inches deep. Okay, so that is the size of my file folders because I did it by the size of the box that I had, and this was a box that I got in the mail, and I just covered it and zhuzhed it all up. And so anyway, this is how I'm going to file my fussy cuts. I am going to put a tab. I'm going to make some tabs. I hadn't decided the color and all the things yet for the tabs, but it will go about like that. I hadn't decided the width of it. It's probably going to be longer than this because I've got to be able to write the person's, you know, information on here. I may just, I hadn't decided. So there's that. So each one's going to have a tab. It's going to go like that. And, but I hadn't decided on the size of the tabs. Y'all do know how to do the tabs, right? Real quick. You just fold it however thick you want it. We're going to go with an inch is probably too much, but we're just going to go with an inch fold. And then I'm going to cut it so it's folded in half, right? then, the cat's on the back of my chair. I have the scalloped and stub crocodile crop-a-dial corner chomper, and I use the scalloped edge. So you put the folded in like this, flip it over, and do the same thing. And then you have the coolest little tab. Isn't that cute? Love it. Makes making tabs so much easier for me. So there's that. All right, I know I went to New York and back on this video, and I hope that it made sense. I hope you enjoyed the video. I just have things in here that I'm going to be using a lot. And so when I go to start putting a book together, I will grab this off the shelf and stick it on my desk, and I'm like golden. So now it's back to putting things in these folders, deciding what I want to go inside the folders. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Be sure and subscribe, share my video, go to my Facebook page. It's linked down below because I have some freebies in there. I'm trying to add because when I lost my Facebook pages and stuff like that, I had a bunch of freebies in the old one. So I don't remember everything that I had in them, but I am slowly adding those things back into my freebie section. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hugs. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.